Hey, so Spiral Abyss just reset, so we are back here in Floor 9. This is going to be a full free-to-play guide for Floor 9. The left side of the screen is going to show you the floor layout, which shows you the waves, the enemies, or spawn points, and the right side of the screen is going to show you the total number of enemies on the current chamber. So starting here in the first chamber, we're going to have to deal with a couple of hilichurls and some whopper flowers. But luckily, the 1.6 buff to Elements of Mastery makes this pretty easy because Anima Traveler can just build Elements of Mastery, and that's it. So here with Amber, we just apply Pyro and use Traveler's Elemental Skill, and they all die. That's just what it is. So we do the exact same thing on the right side, and kill all 6 of them again. And then this will spawn in 2 Whopper Flowers and a Minotaur with an Ice Shield. Stand about right here where I did, because that'll get the Whopper Flowers to teleport over to you, and then just use Traveler's Ult to move them away. If you can swirl Pyro, that's good. I unfortunately didn't, but that's whatever. If the Whopper Flowers do go into this little charge state here, you can use Amber's charge attack to break it really fast. Just like that, and then just kill with Anima Traveler. And then from here, it is just a singular Minotaur. If he still has his shield, just pop him a few times with Amber to break it. Otherwise, you can just use Anima Traveler. I'm using Barbara here just because this is a DPS Barbara, so I'm going to use her. And with that, we're going to move on to the second half of Chamber 1. Now, this is pretty much the exact same thing as it was as last update. There's going to be 3 guys over to the left, 2 archers, and 1 cryo Somaturl. There's going to also be a cryo, what are those things called? Abyss Mage in the center. You can just ignore him for now. Go over to kill the 3 on the left. Pretty much the exact same ones are going to spawn on the right side and kill those as well. And then once they're down, you just have this Cryo Abyss Mage. Nothing will spawn until you kill him. So if you wanted to take your time, you could, I guess. So using Xiangling's Goba and potentially her ult if you want, if you have it. You can use that to break a shield, or you can kind of tickle him a little bit with Lisa's attacks. And once you kill him, there are going to be 2 Ice Shield Minotaurs on a spawn on the bottom left and the bottom right, and another Cryo Abyss Mage. This Abyss Mage is going to have an aura underneath him, which every so often this ice cage is going to pop up from the floor. I just cut ahead to break their shields because otherwise it would take a really long time. So with Xiangling's ult, you can just pop it right there and get all 3 of them together. That'll be really fast. And then at this point, it's just kind of hitting these Minotaurs again and again until they die. It doesn't take very long, so we're good. And with that, we are going to move on to the second chamber. So here in the second chamber, it's going to be a little... No, actually, no, this one's the same. This one's the same as it was in the previous patch, but instead of Cryo Slimes, we have Cryo Whopper Flowers, which is just great. I don't know why they didn't change a lot of it. They just changed like one thing and that was it. So I pretty much do the exact same thing as the first floor, just inflict Pyro with Amber and then just swirl with Anima Traveler using his skill and his ult. Once you kill 2 Whopper Flowers, 2 more Whopper Flowers will spawn, and once you kill all the hilichurls, the exact same set is going to spawn on the left side instead. So just rinse and repeat again. It's the exact same enemies and everything. Again, if you can swirl Pyro, that's always going to be good. Just because these guys do have Ice Shield, so if you can catch them in the middle of it, you're going to break their shields really quickly. So once you kill all the hilichurls, these 2 Minotaurs are going to spawn, one in the top left and one in the top right. Here's just going to be the same thing, just breaking their shield with Amber. If you can swirl Pyro, once again, that's going to be really good. Unfortunately, I didn't, but we're just going to cut ahead until I do. and it's just killing mid-turtles, so it's not much really going on. We're going to move on to the second half, and this second half is again really similar to the last update, but instead we're going to have a Hydro, what are these guys called, Fatui, and a Cryo Fatui. If you can, kill the Hydro one first because he's the healer, so he's just going to constantly heal other enemies. The Cryo one has an aura as well, so he's going to have ice cages come up every now and then. If you do accumulate too much sheer cold, you can just run to the little turrets on the sides. But once again, just go back, kill the Hydro and the Cryo if you want to. Honestly, you can go after the Animo Boxer first before you kill the Cryo one, just because he will be able to quote-unquote revive the other Fatuis. When you knock out their shield and they get stunned for a second, if Animo Boxer is still alive, he will just like resurrect them back to a normal state, and then they will put up their shields immediately again. So if that is a problem for you, kill the Animo Boxer first. Otherwise, if you can burst them down, you can go after the Cryo one. Now, leaving the Geochanter for last, if you have not used Overload or anything, he will probably still have a shield, in which case you can just use Noelle or any other Claymore to knock it out, and then he's going to go down pretty easily after that, so I just cut ahead with that one as well. So, Chamber 3, this is going to be probably a little bit challenging if you are not high level with your characters, but right here in the back we're going to have 3 guys. We're going to charge attack with Amber to apply Pyro once again, and Swirl because Swirl is really good now, and now we just have a Cryo Law Turtle. He's always going to start off with his Ice Shield. It will slowly go away on its own, but you can pop him a few times with Amber to get it down. Alternatively, you can just use any other Pyro character. Now here I try to do something. I try to put Baron Bunny up against the wall, so he like stays against the wall, and then I swirl Pyro. So you can just constantly hit him with that. If you can do that, that is something that you can do with for speed, if that is something that you are concerned about. Otherwise, it's the same thing, applying Pyro, hitting it with Barbara, hitting it with the Traveler's Elemental Scale. So we're just going to cut ahead and move on to the second half, which this one is going to have a Cryo Abyss Mage, a Hydro Abyss Mage, and another Ice Shield Mid-turtle. So as soon as they start, I'm going to rotate over here to the back and face the wall, because this will make both of the Abyss Mages teleport over to you, and then from here you can just pop all of your ults to break their shields. With Xiangling, you can destroy the Mid-turtle's Ice Shield as well as the Cryo Abyss Mage Shield, and that's why we have her in the second half. So this Mid-turtle actually has like this black aura underneath him, and what that one is that periodically he will send out like a shockwave of a specific element. In this case it's Cryo, but you know, he goes down pretty easily, so not really much there. So that's going to be it. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Like and subscribe if you want. I would really appreciate it. Tickle my bell while you're at it, and I will see you in the next one. We're going to go through floor 10. We're going to go through all floors. Right now, floor 11 is kind of kicking my butt, but we'll see. Hopefully we can complete it. So I will see you then for floor 10. Bye-bye.